You get in your Hyundai on a hot afternoon, crank the AC to max, and instead of that blast of cold air, you get lukewarm nothing. Before you assume the compressor is shot or start pricing out a repair bill, there's a simple reset a lot of Hyundai owners never try. And it fixes the problem more often than you'd think. It costs nothing, takes a few minutes, and doesn't require a scan tool or a trip to the dealership. In this video, we're breaking down exactly why Hyundai AC systems act up in the first place, how this free reset actually works, and when the problem is something that reset can't fix. Why your Hyundai's AC suddenly stops blowing cold. It almost never happens gradually. One day the AC is ice cold, and the next it's blowing room temperature air, or worse, warm air, out of nowhere. Owners of the Elantra, Sonata, Tucson, Santa Fe, and Kona all report versions of the same story. No warning, no gradual fade, just a sudden change. The reason it feels sudden is that modern Hyundai climate control isn't a simple mechanical dial anymore. It's run by a climate control module that talks to a blend door actuator, a compressor clutch, and a handful of sensors that decide how much cold air gets mixed with warm air before it reaches your vents. When any one piece of that chain gets confused, even briefly, the whole system can behave like something is broken when nothing actually is. Think of it like a thermostat in your house that's lost track of the current temperature. It's not broken, it's just working off bad information. The blend door actuator is the small motor that physically moves a flap inside your dash to control how much heated air mixes with cooled air. If that actuator loses its position reference, even for a second, it can get stuck sending mixed or warm air no matter what temperature you select. This is exactly the kind of glitch a reset is designed to fix, because a reset forces the actuator to relearn its full range of motion from scratch. It also explains why the problem can feel so inconsistent from one drive to the next. You might start the car and get cold air for the first few minutes, then notice it slowly drifting warmer, or you might get lucky and have it work fine for days before the same complaint shows up again. That kind of on and off behavior is a strong sign the issue lives in the electronics, not in the refrigerant itself, because a true refrigerant problem tends to be consistent rather than random. The blend door actuator problem. Nobody talks about the blend door actuator is one of the most common culprits behind sudden AC weirdness in Hyundai vehicles, and it's also one of the least understood. It's a small electric motor, usually with a plastic gear train, that sits behind the dashboard and moves a flap back and forth to control airflow temperature. Over time, or sometimes after a battery disconnect, a jump start, or even a software update at the dealership, this actuator can lose its calibration. It still physically works, the motor still spins, but the climate control module no longer knows exactly where the flap is sitting. When that happens, you might notice the temperature switching randomly between hot and cold, air blowing from the wrong vents, or a faint clicking sound from behind the dash as the actuator tries and fails to find its position. Here's the part most owners never hear. This is almost never a defective part. It's a lost reference point, and that's exactly why a reset works as often as it does. You're not fixing broken hardware, you're just telling the system to recalibrate itself. The tricky part is that this problem can look identical to a much more expensive issue, like a failing compressor or a refrigerant leak. That's why it's worth trying the free fix before you assume the worst. Owners sometimes make the mistake of jumping straight to replacing the actuator itself, buying a new one online and swapping it in, only to find the exact same symptoms return within days. That's a strong sign the original actuator was never actually broken. It just needed to relearn its position, and the replacement part inherited the same confusion the moment it was installed without a proper recalibration afterward. The free reset that actually works. The reset most technicians and experienced owners recommend first is a full power cycle of the climate control system, and it's simpler than it sounds. With the vehicle off, disconnect the negative battery terminal for roughly 15 to 30 minutes. This isn't magic. It's forcing every control module in the car, including the HVAC module, to fully power down and lose its current memory of actuator positions. When you reconnect the battery and start the car, don't touch the climate controls right away. Let the vehicle sit and idle for a minute or two. Many Hyundai HVAC systems run a self-calibration routine automatically the first time they power up after a reset, and you'll sometimes hear a faint whirring or ticking from behind the dash as the blend door actuator physically travels through its full range of motion to relearn its limits. Once that settles, turn the AC on and cycle through a few temperature settings. from full cold to full hot and back. This gives the system a chance to confirm the recalibration actually took. A lot of owners report their AC blowing properly cold again within minutes of doing this, especially if the problem started suddenly rather than gradually. It's worth being clear about what this reset does and doesn't do. It does not add refrigerant, it does not repair a broken actuator motor, and it does not fix a failed compressor. What it does is give the electronic side of the system a clean slate, which turns out to be the actual cause of the problem more often than people expect. A quick safety note before you try this yourself. Disconnecting the battery will also clear your radio presets, clock, and sometimes stored settings for power seats or mirrors, so it helps to know your radio code if your Hyundai uses one, or simply be ready to reset the clock afterward. None of that is a big deal, but it's worth expecting rather than being surprised by it. Cabin air filter, the silent AC killer. If the reset doesn't fully solve it, the next thing worth checking costs less than a coffee and takes about 5 minutes. The cabin air filter. This filter sits behind the glove box on most Hyundai models, and its entire job is to clean the air before it passes over the AC evaporator and into your vents. A clogged cabin filter doesn't just reduce airflow, it can genuinely make the AC feel like it's not working, because even ice-cold air moving weakly through the vents doesn't cool the cabin efficiently. Owners in dusty climates or those who haven't changed this filter in over a year often notice a surprisingly big improvement just from a fresh filter. To check it, open the glove box, release the side clips or stops that let it drop down and pull the filter cover open. If what you see looks gray, matted, or has visible debris packed into the pleats, that's your answer. Hyundai generally recommends replacing this filter every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, though owners in dusty or high-pollen areas often need it sooner. This step matters because it rules out the cheapest possible explanation before you start suspecting anything mechanical. A weak-feeling AC and a genuinely broken AC can feel identical from the driver's seat, and the filter is the fastest way to tell them apart. There's also a comfort side effect that's easy to overlook. A clogged filter doesn't just weaken airflow, it can trap odors, pollen, and moisture that lead to a musty smell every time the AC kicks on. If your Hyundai's AC has started smelling a little off, along with blowing weaker, that's another point toward the filter being the real issue rather than anything under the hood. When the compressor itself is the problem. If you've done the reset and checked the filter and you're still getting warm air, it's time to consider the AC compressor, and this is where the free fixes usually end. The compressor is the heart of the AC system. It's a belt or electronically driven pump that pressurizes refrigerant, so it can absorb heat from the cabin. A common sign the compressor itself is the issue is a distinct clicking or grinding sound when you first turn the AC on, sometimes paired with the compressor clutch failing to engage at all, which you can often hear as the absence of a subtle click near the front of the engine when you switch the AC on. Compressors can fail from age and simple wear, but they can also fail because of a separate underlying problem: low refrigerant. Running a compressor with too little refrigerant reduces the lubrication that circulates with it, and over time that can burn out the compressor itself. This is why a compressor failure often isn't really a compressor problem, it's a refrigerant problem that was ignored for too long. If you suspect the compressor, this generally isn't a driveway fix. It typically requires a technician to confirm with a pressure gauge and, if needed, replace the compressor along with the receiver dryer, since contaminated refrigerant can otherwise damage a new compressor right away. Compressor replacement costs vary widely depending on the model and labor rates in your area, and parts and labor together can add up to a meaningful repair bill. So it's generally treated as a last resort once the cheaper possibilities have been ruled out. That's exactly why working through the reset and the filter first before assuming compressor failure can save real money if the actual cause turns out to be something simpler. Refrigerant leaks, the fix that isn't free. A slow refrigerant leak is one of the sneakier causes of AC problems because it doesn't announce itself the way a sudden failure does. Instead, you'll notice the AC getting a little less cold every few weeks or months, until eventually it's blowing barely cool air even on max settings. Refrigerant doesn't get used up the way fuel does. In a properly sealed system, it should last the life of the vehicle. If your Hyundai is low, refrigerant is escaping somewhere, usually through a small crack in a hose, a worn O-ring, or a tiny pinhole in the condenser from road debris. This is one area where a home fix, like a store-bought recharge can actually make things worse. These cans often contain a dye meant to help find leaks, and a sealant that can gum up the thin passages in your AC system. sometimes turning a simple hose repair into a full condenser replacement. A proper diagnosis uses a UV dye or electronic leak detector and a vacuum test to find the exact leak point before adding any refrigerant back in. If your Hyundai's AC has been getting progressively weaker over months rather than failing suddenly, this is more likely your explanation than the actuator issue we covered earlier, and it's worth having checked before the low refrigerant level causes secondary damage to the compressor. One more thing worth knowing: a properly repaired leak generally comes with documentation showing where the leak was found and what was replaced to fix it, whether that's a hose, an O-ring, or a condenser. That paperwork matters if you ever go to sell the car, since a documented AC repair reads very differently to a buyer than a vague note about a recharge with no explanation of why the system was low in the first place. Preventing the problem from coming back. Once your AC is working again, whether it took a reset, a new filter, or an actual repair, a few habits go a long way toward keeping it that way. Running the AC for at least 10 minutes once a week, even in winter, keeps the compressor seals lubricated and helps prevent the kind of slow refrigerant loss that leads to bigger problems down the road. Replacing the cabin air filter on schedule, roughly every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, protects both your air quality and your AC's ability to move air efficiently. It's one of the cheapest maintenance items on the entire vehicle relative to the problems it prevents. If you ever disconnect your battery for any reason, whether it's a new battery, work on the electrical system, or just letting the car sit for an extended trip, expect the blend door actuator to need that same recalibration period the next time you start the car. Give it that quiet minute or two before you start adjusting the temperature, and you'll usually avoid the confused, mixed temperature air that sends people searching for answers in the first place. Small habits like these are the difference between an AC system that quietly works for years and one that keeps sending you back to the dealership for the same complaint. It's also worth paying attention to how the AC behaves after any dealership visit involving a software update, since some updates touch the climate control module and can trigger the same kind of temporary confusion in the blend door actuator. If your AC acts up right after a service visit, that reset is usually the first and easiest thing to try before assuming the update caused a real problem. Does this reset work the same on every Hyundai? The general reset process applies broadly across Hyundai's lineup, but how much you notice the difference afterward depends a bit on the model and how its climate control is set up. Vehicles with dual-zone or tri-zone automatic climate control, like the Santa Fe, Palisade, and higher trims of the Tucson and Sonata, tend to rely more heavily on the blend door actuator system because they're constantly adjusting temperature independently for the driver, passenger, and sometimes rear seats. That extra complexity means there's simply more that can lose its calibration, but it also means the reset tends to produce a noticeably obvious improvement once it relearns its settings. Older Hyundai models with simple manual AC controls, just a dial for temperature and a switch for fan speed, still have an actuator behind the scenes in most cases, but the symptoms can look a little different. Instead of temperature swinging unpredictably, you might just get consistently lukewarm air regardless of where the dial is set. The same reset process still applies, and it's still worth trying first. One thing to keep in mind on newer Hyundai models with more advanced infotainment and climate systems is that a battery disconnect can sometimes trigger extra one-time setup screens or system checks when you restart the vehicle, like requests to confirm the time zone or reconnect a paired phone. None of that affects the AC reset itself. It's just a normal part of how these more computer-heavy systems handle a full power cycle. The bottom line. So before you book a shop appointment or start pricing out a new compressor, remember that Hyundai's electronic climate control systems are prone to a very fixable kind of confusion, not necessarily a mechanical failure. A simple battery disconnect and reset solves this for a real share of owners, and it costs absolutely nothing. If that doesn't do it, a fresh cabin air filter is the next cheapest thing to rule out, and it's often overlooked simply because it's hidden behind the glove box. From there, the signs start pointing towards something more serious, whether that's a tired compressor or a slow refrigerant leak, and those are worth having properly diagnosed rather than guessed at. The bigger point here is that a warm air complaint doesn't automatically mean an expensive repair. Understanding what's actually happening behind your dashboard means you can try the free fix first, and only spend money once you actually know what you're paying to fix. Work through it in order: reset first, filter second, then let a professional confirm anything beyond that with real tools rather than guesswork. That order alone will save most Hyundai owners a completely unnecessary repair bill. And it's a habit worth carrying over to any other electronic gremlin your Hyundai throws at you down the road. If this saved you a trip to the shop, or even just saved you some worry, stick around because there's a lot more about keeping these systems running right still to come.